What up, y'all? Welcome to the Gunslinger Gaming Frosty Pints podcast. I'm Goby. With me tonight is DrNiggle, Zero Burn, and Spade. How y'all doing tonight?
Pretty good.
I wasn't last.
I know I didn't read them in alphabetical order this time. Oh,
I can die happy now.
yes, you can. And you sound so much better with that nice professional mic. And
Babe,
Hey.
lower it a little bit more.
Or just turn it up a lot more.
yeah, right. I mean, that sounded like a good scene. What's going on there? You want to describe it for us?
That's the sound my neighbors make every Tuesday night.
My old ladies are watching Supernatural, the episode where they introduced Gabriel as Loki, and he does the alien probe on that from the college kid, abducted in the middle of the street, probed by aliens, and then slow dance, loving. As
I
he
guess I'm
caresses
gonna have to
his-
watch that one because I've never seen it.
What episode is this one, babe? I want to see.
Everybody say hi to Spade's wife. Hi, Spade's wife.
It's season 2, episode.
Wait for it.
Season
Yep.
2, episode 15.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Anywho,
Yeah,
I'm not
first
gonna
on
watch
our
the
list.
show. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch the show. I'm just gonna imagine what it's about and make up my own storyline in my head. So
There's tentacle porn.
yeah, I see
Okay,
tentacle
hold on.
porn. That's all I see. Every day, all day.
Kind of. I mean, it's about two brothers that go hunting supernatural beasts and whatnot. Yeah, and you can kind of fill it in from there. You know, brothers that hunt together are brothers that stay together.
Little
In a
little
67 Impala, 4-door.
little just
327.
friends spooning. Light
Wait.
tip touching.
just light tip, light tip.
maybe some docking.
I came all prepared tonight to put my serious hat on, and I was not looking forward to it.
Hey, well, we can keep it light. I mean, it's Anthem's getting an overhaul, which was teased a while back, but now apparently it's official. They haven't really give too much information. I read a couple articles. Some people are kind of pissed because it's like they're doubling down on Anthem and they feel like they shouldn't. And I don't know. I mean, No Man's Sky did it. Destiny kind of did it with the Taken King. Now it's BioWare's turn. What are you guys' thoughts? You think it's going to matter? You think it's going to come back from the dead? Or is it just wasted time and money?
A complete waste of time and money. It's. I mean, when I was on Xbox and actually playing the game, there's not enough to do in the game, and I don't think that they're at a point where they can add enough to make it.
Yeah, I mean the story was good. I liked the story. I mean it wasn't great. Don't get me wrong. I mean it wasn't like critically acclaimed or anything like that. I mean it was a solid story. I did really like the suits. The suits and the customization was probably my favorite part of the game. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot to do with that. The Mass Effect skins that came out for the suits were pretty badass. Who does not want to play as a Turian? I mean, of course, all it did was make me hate some things more, but it was pretty cool.
Could it wait a few minutes? I'm in the middle of some calculations. My fucking microphone. Hate this.
Calculations.
Yeah, that was gonna be a good joke until I cut out.
Oh.
I think they could do good, like that open world space game, where they came back a year later with an update that made it better and people wanted to play. But I mean, that's going to be strictly up to the player base. Because I mean, Division 1 even had that, where after a while it dropped off to like what?
You're thinking
13% of people were
about
playing.
yeah. Update 1.8 was kind of like their turnaround. I
Took
guess
them
you
about
could say.
2 years. Yeah, 2 years to get it right.
Yeah. Like it
Yeah.
took them forever, and then finally, after one of the updates, 2 years later, people went back and it got went from like 13% player base to 80% almost overnight.
Yeah, I mean, Niggle and I both played a ton of hours in the division, and we played from day one. And the game was really a story of pre-patch 1.8 and post-patch 1.8. I mean, it was like two totally different games, and I'll agree that post 1.8 was a lot better. The only thing that wasn't better was the Dark Zone, which was actually way better in version 1.0 before any update. That was, to me, that was a perfect Dark Zone. But of course, people had to whine and cry because they didn't like going rogue and then losing all their stuff. They wanted to be trolls but not be punished for being trolls.
Yeah, and it's I think that's what they did with like Red Dead. Now, if in Wild West, people shoot at each other, people shoot at each other, whatever. And now it's more. I guess there was more people crying about it. That now you get punished more for being a troll.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like we're in that phase of games where they come out horrible, and then after a year or so they have to get remade. They're the newest example, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Don't get me wrong, I really like the game. I fully enjoyed the game, and I fully understand that it's fucking broken and needs to be fixed.
It's broken in a very entertaining way, though. To be perfectly fair now.
It really is. Yeah, and I mean, but Wildlands was the same way. It came out, it wasn't in the greatest position, and they're gonna work on it. Like Breakpoint to me will be better.
For Wildlands, at least. For Wildlands, at least, I remember it came out and it had some issues, but there was one patch pretty early on that settled those issues, and from then on, it was stable for me. It was stable for me the entire time for the most part, but I did fall through the map a couple times early on. After that, though, after that one main patch, it was good. It was good. They did a lot of good work with that one. So Breakpoint is sort of on its way to be doing that as well, but there are still substantial issues with crashed desktop, especially during co-op play. There's a lot of stuff around the map that is kind of wonky. Their netcode is not great. You get people freezing or rubber banding, NPCs freezing or rubber banding while your player's running around on the map. Your teammates can disappear off your HUD, so you don't know where they are, even though they're in the same session with you. Stuff like that. There are a lot of minor bugs that they really need to work on, but they are facing the AAA problem, which is they have to put out more content. They are pushing out more content to keep people interested, sacrificing bug reports, or sacrificing the ability to work on bugs. So, yeah. As for Anthem, there's nothing that says, I know it's a AAA title, and in the AAA universe, usually you have your launch date, and if you're not a success on launch date, then your game fizzles and dies. But that's not a universal rule. There's no reason that they can't revitalize this game and get a player base back. And I appreciate that they haven't just dumped the game, and they're not just like, all right, fine, fuck it. The development team actually seems to care about this game, and they're doing a good thing here by listening to the community and revamping their game. So I'd like to see them get more attention. I'd like for that to be a better game, because I don't think that it was awful. I just think that it was way overhyped. I'm a broken MP3 because I've said that at least 3 times on 3 previous podcasts. So
no, you're right. It was way overhyped. I mean, it wasn't a horrible game. It's really one of those games. It's a tale of 2 games. Like, you have the story, and then you have end game, and the story of the game and all that up to the end of the story is actually pretty good. Like, the mechanics are pretty solid and everything, but then you get to end game and there's no content. There's nothing to do. The loot drops are fucking horrible. Like, end game was just not great. But BioWare has never had to make a game with end game. Like, if you think about all their great games that they put out, the Mass Effect series, they're great at storytelling. Like, they're really good at storytelling, and the story part of the game, if you just played Anthem until you beat the story and put the game down, it would be a pretty good game. But because it's an MMO and a loot shooter, you have endgame, and there's literally nothing to do in endgame. Even if they opened it up and let you play all the missions over again from the first one to the end one, like you can in the Division or whatever, that would give a whole lot of content. Not the greatest content, but it would at least give something more to do in endgame than run around the free world and do these like public events like you have in Destiny 2. Like to me, there's those, and then there's like the raid dungeons, which I've never done. I still can't even beat the final boss. I can't beat the story because you pretty much have to have a full squad, and the game is so fucking dead that I couldn't even matchmake to find a group to play the final mission, which isn't good. But maybe it'll get remade and I'll get my chance.
The issue that I run into with that, and with anybody saying that BioWare's never had a chance to do endgame, that's not 100% true. They were the lead developer for a long time on Star Wars: The Old Republic.
That's. Do they even have endgame in that, or is it just like a continual story?
No, I mean, granted, yes, it is a continual story for the most part, but there is end-game content. There are raids, there are dungeons, there is a story that does eventually finish out. And it was well done. I'm not even gonna lie. I played after I quit WoW back in 2012. I took about a year and a half break and then jumped into Star Wars: The Old Republic. Played that game for 2 years and then quit playing that because it literally, the clan that I was a part of just died out. People lost interest because they weren't putting out content quick enough. Well, now there's so much content in that game that people are complaining that they'll never get to the end of it. And the average server is only housing about 1,000 people, and they've had to condense the servers down just to get that 1,000 people.
I've never played that. Yeah, I've never played that game, so that's good to know. I mean, and I'd love to have that problem of having too much content in a game. I don't think I've ever had that complaint ever. Nope, can't say that I have. Speaking of loot shooters and endgame, Zero, you gave up Destiny 2. Now it looks like Square Enix is going to put out another game just for you. Like, it's tailored just for you. It looks just like Destiny. It's being developed by People Can Fly. If you don't know who they are, they made Bulletstorm and Gears of War Judgment. Bulletstorm was a decent game. Gears of War Judgment, it was probably my least favorite game of the Gears of War series. However, it was well done. Like, developers, People Can Fly, they know what they're doing. After seeing some screenshots for this, it definitely looks interesting. I'm going to keep my eye on this, but it looks pretty much like the Division and Gears of War, or not the Division, Destiny and Gears of War kind of mashed together.
Which, just looking over the articles that you had posted, I mean, I'm very, very interested to see what Square Enix can do. I've been a Square fan since the first Final Fantasy game. I've always been a Square fan, and for them to try their hand at loot shooters, I'm actually pretty excited about it.
And they got serious experience with MMOs and endgame. They got, what is it, Final Fantasy 14? Is that the MMO?
12, I believe.
12. Yeah, I knew one of them was
12. Sorry, it was 12 and then 14. So yeah,
because it's still going.
And it's not a bad title. In fact, they just recently updated that with the Shadowborn expansion, which I have friends that have been playing 14 since the day it released, and they love it.
So
So
we've said the name of this game, right? We said it's Outriders, due out Christmas 2020 or holiday season this year.
the big difference is from Destiny is it's going to play with a third person perspective. So it's going to look like Gears of War, The Division, but it definitely has that Destiny feel to it, which I'm excited about because I did like the sci-fi setting of Destiny. I just never really got into Destiny. And this is actually maybe a sci-fi one that DrNiggle will pick up because, well, he doesn't play first-person shooters.
Not so much. The other thing that caught my eye about Outriders was that it is a 1 to 3 player co-op RPG, so they're breaking away from the 4-man group format, and I think that might be a response to. No, is it how difficult was it for you to hop in a pub and get like 4 competent people to go through a mission, like harder endgame stuff?
As long as it was within the clan, it was easy. But if you were looking outside of the clan, it to get 4 competent people together, it was a pain in the ass.
So I'd speculate that they're learning from their mistakes and they're making it easier for you to go in and do solo stuff.
Or
2-man stuff.
I mean, gigantic steaming piles of horse shit is the best way to describe it.
And they do have actually the one article that I'm looking at from Polygon. It actually has the pictures of 3 of the skill trees, and from the look of the skill trees, it looks like they're pretty. There's a lot of skills for each. Looks like there's 3 different skill trees they got posted here: Trickster, Pyromancer, and Devastator. Which Devastator kind of looks like your assault. Pyromancer obviously has something to do with fire. I'm guessing.
No.
Right? And the Trickster, it kind of reminds me of Loki from Warframe. Like I feel like that's what the Trickster class is going to be like. If you haven't played Warframe, maybe DrNiggle could explain Loki's skills to you so you can understand.
Nah, I don't think anybody plays Warframe.
What is Warframe?
Some game.
I'm not got him $40.
Yeah, the initial cost to buy it is just why people turn away.
Right.
That's what turned me off.
That's right. That's absolutely true. Loki, the Warframe Loki, his primary thing is perma invisibility. You have energy in that game, but you can cast invisibility, and you can actually build the frame to regenerate all the energy that you need to cast by the time your invisibility wears off. So you're permanently invisible. You can disarm enemies, you can spawn a clone of yourself, and you can swap positions with that clone or with any enemy that you're looking at. So you can really fuck with people. It's a fun frame to cheese around with.
Yeah, I mean, and you're reading through some of this Outriders. It's kind of like they don't mention Warframe, but like Outriders wake up from 31 years in cryo, which is similar to how you start out in Warframe. Not that it's a bad thing, because Warframe is kind of tried and true. Like it's been around since 2013, and it's only getting stronger. Like it's, yeah.
Which is why that's partially why I said, the AAA title game, you have your release, but there's no reason you can't come back. It's because Warframe had its release. It was okay. It was popular, but the game kept on changing, and then as soon as they came out with open world content, I think their player base about doubled. And that was 6 years in.
Yeah, I mean, when they went to open world, that was amazing.
Well, not only that, they pulled, and I'm not even joking you, they pulled the vast majority of the disenfranchised Destiny community. The ones who got completely fed up with Bungie dropped and went to Warframe because it was similar enough that they enjoyed it.
Didn't somebody say that Warframe was the better Destiny?
I think his name is DrNiggle. I believe.
I hate that asshole.
I think it is though, because I've played Destiny, preferred Warfare.
Also,
Yeah.
Warframe is free, so there's that. No dropping DLC packs for full price.
Oh, that's well, and there's no stupid fucking level cap where you can only level up so much per week. Like that is probably my biggest gripe with Destiny is their stupid cap system where you can only gain 3 levels this week and then you can come back next week and you can level up some more. It's
Yeah.
What cap was that? I never experienced that.
okay.
He meant people could only play for 3 levels, and then they got fed up with that shit.
That's more that is more likely the scenario.
I
The
mean, I could barely get a level, and I think I was level like 3 for the longest fucking time in that game. And then it was just fuck it, I'm gonna go play something else.
And the crowd erupts in applause.
Yep. uh it well now I'm the only one here that doesn't watch anime or tentacle porn as it's so funly referred to
You
now.
watch tentacle porn. We know you do.
Assassination Classic, good anime to start with, tentacles and everything.
So if you're like me and you are a Discord Nitro person or whatever, apparently you get a free month of HD anime on us, which is pretty cool. I mean, Discord Nitro it's been kind of worth it to me. They definitely give away plenty of stuff. I did kind of like when they gave free games in the store. I'm pretty sure that's been discontinued now. I actually have never bought anything on the store, but I did get a whole bunch of games for free because I had Discord Nitro. But it's $50 a year. There you go, Zero. You can spend the $50 that you were gonna spend on Xbox Live, and you can get Discord Nitro.
No, I'm good.
Fucking slacker. We need some more people to fucking boost Gunslingers.
Buy a new.
I want.
I mean, if you want to pay for it for me, yeah, I mean, gladly.
Yeah, you know,
I
you
mean,
can
we
jack that up to like $2,400 a year, and you can boost the server all the way to level 3. Level 3 is what I said before my mic cut out.
Yeah, I really want to get to level 2. Like that's all I want. I don't know why, but level 2 looks really good. 50 megabyte upload limit for all members. That seems like a good idea because, yeah, who doesn't upload huge, massive things to Discord besides me?
Think of all the tentacle porn we could be sharing.
Yes, all the tentacle porn.
Or what was that game called that we talked about last?
Subverse.
There you.
Yeah,
was
more
hoping
on that
everybody forgot.
next week's podcast when we're back to our normal jovial selves. More on Subverse.
Yeah, tonight we're a little somber, but that's because, well, we got to talk about some stuff. We kind of wanted to get the easy stuff out of the way. I guess we might as well get right into it.
Let's just get into it. Let's just hop into it, you guys.
Fucking nail it. Let's go. Hammer down. Aha.
In the words of Philip DeFranco, let's just jump into it.
Let's just jump into it.
Just don't look. Just drink and jump. Drink and jump.
Philip DeFranco related to James Franco?
No, James Franco's missing the D.
Oh.
Zing!
Yeah, Masami would be proud.
Oh, she really would. So for a while now, we've been kind of talking between us leaders and stuff on how to get the community more involved and stuff. And DrNiggle is actually the one that kind of came up with it. Was game nights where we pick random games and a bunch of us hang out in the GS and voice chats, and members come in and join, and we get to play with some new members and stuff like that. New members get to meet us and chill with us and whatnot. We'd really like to do it on all systems. That's why we got an Xbox leader in here, Zero, and a PS4 leader in Spade. so we can kind of like, we were going to talk about this on the podcast, but we really want some input from you guys as the members too on what games you would like to see, maybe what kind of games you would want to play and stuff like that. So who wants to jump in?
Yeah, I didn't come up with the idea. I more noticed that we used to do this. Frosty Pints used to be a thing where leaders would hang out with community members and build relationships that way. And we haven't really been doing that. No one has really been doing that for a long time. Basically since we dropped Vent and moved to Discord. So we understand that not a lot of members sign up on the forums and they add themselves to master lists, and that's, in my view, the most important part of the forums. It is an information repository for our master lists and for reference material. Things that we write down that we can keep on bringing people back to, like tutorials on how to do stuff in-game or how to join in-game clans, stuff like that. That's the vital function of the forums. Besides that, we completely understand if people want to spend more time in the Discord, because it's live chat, and sometimes it's easier to just find somebody to play a game with for an evening on there. So the lion's share of the work in this idea is going to be done by the GS leaders, by mods. We would like to hang out in the voice chats for whatever games that we oversee. For me, it's primarily Warframe, but also Diablo 3, because people still play Diablo 3, believe it or not. It's a good time. And invite people in, make it known to the community that we're doing this on certain nights, and draw people in and tell them about it in-game, in Discord, in the forums, if people check the forums, that we're doing this, and we want to talk. Basically, I want to talk to people in Discord and voice chat. I want to engage with them, and I want to build some new friendships, introduce people to other people. There are probably people playing games that you play every day on Gunslingers, but you've never met these people, because we have the master lists, but people are understandably a little cautious about going through master lists and just spamming out friend requests, because who knows. But voice chat, leaders in voice chat, sort of doing vocal moderation, and getting people together and all the rest of that is a good way to introduce people to other GS members
Well, I
and
guess
get
let's start
groups
with
going.
Spade. Like, what are your thoughts on games? Like, what games do you own currently that you could definitely do a game night in and help out with?
Well, see, like for us on the side, what I did was every time we get a new member,
You're breaking up,
they.
Yeah, you're good now.
So what we did on the PS side was every time we get a new member, they add or Sophie Queenie. We have a okay, and then we have like a PlayStation group chat that we got everybody in. So it's for every game you're playing. We have members playing Borderlands, Division 2, Wildlands. I think we have one or two people playing Breakpoint. Oh, the Crew 2, people are still playing Diablo 3, Black Ops. We have a member, Black Ops, who plays Black Ops.
Black Ops is a good shit. Anybody you get to play with him, do it. He's a good guy. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's good people. We have a lot of members in this chat, and it's an open chat for anybody. You have a question about whatever, either Queenie or I will message and give an answer, or anybody else will. We have good members who've been helping each other. So like Trelefant, Dollar Sauce, Bullet, Margarita. We have Godfather. Great people. They've helped people go from Division 2, level 1 to level 30, tier 5, almost overnight. They'll backpack you through the whole game if you want. Take it slowly, remake a new character to help you out. So, I mean, for us on the PlayStation side, there's usually always a mod admin playing with. So, um,
So
like
you can
we'll
pretty
start.
much set any night, and you guys can have a game night or whatever.
Well, pretty for us, it's basically like every night's a game night. You know, the group is either playing with Bullet, Sophie, or I, and
Gotcha.
so it's always members and
So
non-members and friends of members playing.
to all the PS4 guys out there or gals that are listening to this, if you see those guys on, don't be afraid to jump in and just invade their game.
Yeah,
Just do
I
it.
mean that's what
It'll
we're
be
here
fun.
for.
Yeah. Now Zero, I know you're kind of our Xbox leader, and I know you don't have an Xbox anymore, but you're the best we got right now. So, um, give us a rundown
Sure.
of the Xbox side.
I mean, there's a wide swath of people. You know, mainly the people that I knew that I became really good friends with were Destiny players. There's people playing uh, Breakpoint, Borderlands. You know, there are a lot of different people doing a lot of different things. Um, I know that with the advent of me moving off of Xbox and to PC, it does complicate things a little bit, but I still have access to all of my Xbox stuff. Anybody can message me. I'm available. If you don't reach me on Xbox, you can very easily message me on Discord, or by messaging me using the forums if that's what you choose to do. Um, I have my phone on me always, and it's one of those things that it's on my phone. So when a push notification comes through, I immediately answer it. I don't hesitate. Um, the you know, I think there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competitiveness that that goes on within certain games, and I think that sometimes you just need to back off of the competitiveness. Um, I know that a lot of people laugh at the name of Minecraft, but sometimes it's just good to get a bunch of people together in a server and have a good time. I I myself am part of 3 different Minecraft servers, and it is
And you ain't even got kids, and you
no,
playing Minecraft.
no, but the thing is it's a bunch of us, a bunch of us guys a bunch of the guys that I know from YouTube, from when I was doing, editing and stuff for YouTube channels. It's one of those things where we had, a group, a community, and we just built a Minecraft server, and that's what we do. We hang out. Um, and it's good because when you've got a Minecraft server, it doesn't matter what platform you're on.
No, it doesn't
It's
anymore.
it's cross it's all cross platform. So, it makes it easier for groups like Gunslingers. If we just want to have a chill night and we want to, destroy each other's buildings within a server, do it. Have fun. Destroy your shit. But, you know, it's there's not much in the way of games now that allow cross-platform play. I know the most recent Call of Duty is allowing it.
Yeah, that one is. It's kind of I mean, it's great that they did it. I'm glad that a AAA title went full crossplay. I'm super glad about that. Um, they kind of fumbled the ball with the crossplay though, because it's real pain in the ass for like me to play on a PC and play with somebody on a PS4. Um, it's not the easiest system to figure out how to add friends or play with people across platforms. It can be done. It's not very straightforward. The system could have been a lot better. Uh, there's a lot of little things that they could have done better to make the experience better for the user. But I mean, it's still a good step in the right direction. It's a AAA title, a AAA shooter that's cross-play between all systems, so it's a step in the right direction. So I'm not going to fault them for that. It was a good step. Um, I know myself, I own a lot of shooters. But I was talking to Leetness, who he hasn't been feeling good. Otherwise, he'd be here with us tonight. So get better soon, buddy. Uh, but I was talking with him because between him, myself, and DrNiggle, we kind of cover a wide range of games. So I know like I'd play Breakpoint with people, the Division 2, Wildlands. I have Black Desert Online, Elder Scrolls Online. Um, and I'm kind of interested to see what like games members wanna play. What games do members want to see in these game nights? Like we'll pick a date and time that hopefully works for a lot of people, and we can get, like the Division 2, we can probably have 2 or 3 people, leaders, playing at the same time, so we can have a couple of groups going. Plus, I know that like Omega, he's a regular on these podcasts. He has it too. I know he would jump in and help out. He's not a leader, but he's kind of like one of our lieutenants. Like we trust him. He can run a group, whatever. Masami, she's, same way. I mean, it doesn't just have to be games that we have. Like, just give us some ideas. Like what games you guys want to see us play, what games you guys want to play with other people. And I really kind of want to get members that, together. Sure, you might play with us and you might not play with us ever again. And that's cool as long as you make connections with other members as well. That's the main thing. Like I've been doing raids in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, and only one of the guys is a GS member, Dusty Zapper, and the other guys that I raid with aren't in the clan. But sometimes you just got to jump in and join. And I know I've been slacking off. I don't hang out in the voice chats as much as I could. I'll be sitting playing a game with my mic off. So yeah, there's things that we as leaders got to work on too. But don't hesitate if you see us. If you're a member and you see one of us leaders playing a game that you're playing, shoot us a message. Let us know. Like we're here for you guys. Like if you want to play with us, we'll gladly play with you. I mean, it's not like we're here to play as a group. Like that's what we're in a clan for, is to play with other people. And we're also here to help you guys make connections between not only leaders but other members, so you have people to play with. Sure, we have our groups that we mainly play with. Like, you'll see DrNiggle, Leetness, and I and Omega playing together a lot. But we've been doing that for a while. We all met randomly. I think we actually, was it the Division doc that we kind of all, like that was when we kind of really meshed.
You and I, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, you and Leet were like the Division and stuff like that. So I mean, I'd been in Gunslingers for years before I ever even met Niggle, or ever played with him. And it was, I can't remember who got me into the group, but it's one of those things. We want to do this for you guys. Like I've noticed, we've all kind of noticed that we've been in a slump, and we're hoping that we can set up some of these game nights in the next few weeks or whatever, and get you guys more involved, and we can bring us out of the slump, because there's a whole lot of great people in this clan, and sometimes I think they just need a nudge. And so here's us trying to give you guys a nudge. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to add?
I don't think so. I was thinking about, actually, you said Masami. Yeah, Masami actually just picked up GTA 5, so now she's on Warframe and GTA Online. I'm on Warframe and Diablo and GTA and Breakpoint. Gobi, you're on Division 2 and Breakpoint. There are a wide variety of games, as you said, that we all have access to and that we can all play. So if we can divide this up, and if we can, we might have to use the @everyone tag to access for a little while. But if we can spread awareness of this around, then hopefully it will result in a snowball effect, and people will they'll find new groups, they'll start playing on their own, and they'll start doing this. They'll carry on the work that we've started, and then we can reinforce it as leaders.
Now, and one thing that you brought up in our private conversations about this is maybe picking a random free to play game and doing that one night or something like that, where we all pick a random free to play game and we jump in and have members come in and join us, which I actually thought was a good idea. It'd be kind of neat. It doesn't necessarily have to be Warframe. Obviously, DrNiggle has a lot of experience in there and can help you out a lot. But there's plenty other free to play games out on PC that we'll gladly download and install. I mean, I might need a little more time than the rest of these guys. You got to give me at least 24 hours notice. Stupid internet.
Yeah, how's Frontier,
Fuck Frontier. They're going through bankruptcy. I did see that.
That's always fun.
Yep. And because they took a bunch of money to put out the broadband, but they didn't complete it, or they didn't do as much broadband as they were supposed to do. So they ended up not getting all the money that they were supposed to get, and because of that, and because they're shitty as fuck, they're also going through bankruptcy because good companies go through bankruptcy, right? That was
actually okay. Just for an example here, in the PS4 general chat right now, there are people asking if anyone wants to run a Division 2 raid on PS4 tonight. So they have 3 out of 4 people right now. This right now, it's a little too
3
soon.
out of 8.
3 out of 8. Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good example of when a...
So,
no, I'm not giving Ubisoft any more of my money.
To be fair, if Uplay had gifting, which Ubisoft, come on, pull your fucking head out of your ass. It is 2020 by now. Give us fucking gifting. If it had gifting, you would already own it. Because I'm sure Weakness, Omega, or myself would have already gifted it to you because of the niggles.
Yeah, because everybody misses the game.
I have 2 copies of Destiny 2 for PSN. Sorry.
What about Destiny 2?
I have 2 copies of Destiny 2 for the PSN if you want a copy.
I do not own a PlayStation 4, unfortunately.
You do realize it's free to play now, right?
Oh, on PS4? Or just generally?
It's free to play on all systems.
Destiny New Light, it's free to play up to a certain point, and then you have to start buying shit.
So
that
basically
sounds
what they
about right.
did was they gave away the base game for free. Base game is free to play, which is a great intro.
Yeah.
Because they're, but then you get to a point where you can't play anymore because you have to buy the DLC. And it's a great hook. Like, oh, hey, this game's free to play. Here, spend 100 hours going through the story and all this stuff. Guess what? You want to play more? Give us $60. Come on, fork it over. You know you want to.
It's like selling crack
it
to
doesn't
children.
cost 60 anymore.
Is it $59.99?
No, 40. I think it's
35, 40, something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, they did come down in price a little bit, but it's still pretty greedy. Every 3 to 6 months they put out a new DLC that you got to buy. Yeah, it's not the greatest. I guess we're all the way down to the round table. Oh, this is going to be an interesting one. Favorite all-time anime or animated show movie? Zero, I'll let you go first.
Animated show. I have 2. One that is American made and the other is not.
Dude, we know it's Beauty and the Beast, all right?
Yeah, you know me.
Tales as old as time.
But
or is it Frozen?
No, God, no. I have nieces. No. So it's the first animated series. It's a early 90s thing. I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. The real Ghostbusters cartoon was the shit back in the day. It was my jam. And then I would have to say more recent would be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Was really good. It was way better than the toned down Full Metal Alchemist that was put out in the early 2000s. Brotherhood is much darker and much more adult oriented. But it was probably my favorite two things of all time.
Spade.
Sorry, I was reading something.
Favorite all-time anime or animated show? Movie. 2.
I grew up to Outlaw Star, and I like that one. Trigun, Inuyasha.
Fucking Trigun, man.
I love it. Guns in the name. Trigun. I got into Assassination Classroom, Rising of the Shield Hero, Fruit Basket. There's 2 versions of it, an updated and the old school one. I like the updated one more.
All right, you're starting to sound like my daughter. Pick
Depends.
one. Pick one.
I guess my
Not
favorite would be Outlaw Star. That's the first one I watched. I really like it. Like, I have it on my tablet.
Outlaw Star, huh? And what was it? Trigun?
Trigun.
that Trigun?
Vash the Stampede.
I'm gonna have to check those out. Now, I know this one's gonna be really hard for you, Nichols, so take your time. I know you got plenty.
I do. There are a lot out there. I started with Naruto because every fucking intro to anime starts with Naruto, almost. There are a lot of good introspective shows out there. I was a big fan of Hibine Renmei when it came out. I think it's a beautiful show. It's a little deep. There's another one that came out a couple years back called Iroduku, the World in Colors, which is a really nice story, beautiful animation, nice message, good vibes all around in that show. A little somber, but if you're looking for like really iconic, famous anime shows, Ghost in the Shell, it's pretty much difficult to beat the original series, and there are many iterations of it for you to watch. Or Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop, kind of a big deal to me early on, and it is also available on Funimation if you're thinking of getting that Discord Nitro boost. So
great series. That one's completely worth watching.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop is one of the few shows that sort of, it was genre defining in that it invented its own genre, and I firmly believe that it was an inspiration later on for shows like Firefly, which is an excellent live action show if no one's ever seen that.
If you haven't seen it, you're dead to me.
It's a damn good show.
There was
Fox, we want more Firefly. Stop fucking around.
Nah, we're done. I mean, part of the reason it's so goddamn special now is because it has this is 14 TV episodes and it's got the one movie, and they wrapped it up pretty nicely. But I don't think that anybody would ever come back and make more Firefly. And if they did, the fanboys out there would be bitching left and right, just like everybody does every time they invent a new Star Trek. Sometimes justifiably so.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
STD. Everybody loves STDs, right?
Fucking disaster of a show.
No, there was a while back we had this talk, Niggle. Wasn't there an anime you recommended called Spirit or something like that?
Hayao Miyazaki films. Yeah, there's one called Spirited Away. That is an absolutely excellent anime movie. Again, beautiful message, very creative. Just a kind of a wonderland for your eyes, and it's a beautiful story as well. And Miyazaki has done a lot of great movies, but Spirited Away is definitely up there. Howl's Moving Castle is probably another one that I would recommend.
Howl's was amazing.
Howl's was pretty amazing. Hey, it's got Christian Bale in it, for fuck's sake. Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke was a really good one, and the other one I think I would recommend is Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind.
See, but do you guys watch it English dub or do you watch it sub?
I've done both. I just do it in English. I know I don't care if people don't like that. I watch it in English because it's it's good. The story is
Yeah,
what's
better.
important. The
Asami-
voice inflection, fine.
Your boy has mild dyslexia, so yeah, no, we watch English.
Yeah, I do too. I've had people argue with me about it, and it's like,
Oh, we
More
could get
is what I want.
Masami in here. She'd argue all day long about how you should do subtitles.
yeah,
I
I read
watched-
at work. I'm not gonna do that shit for pleasure.
Yeah, I watched like 400 or 500 episodes of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden in Japanese, and I read the whole thing along. I feel like I've done my time, so I'd go for the dubs now.
Actually probably have the least anime watching experience of everybody here. So my favorite anime is Attack on Titan, and my favorite animated show or movie would be the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The
cartoon.
original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was really good. You want to talk about American animation? Yeah, Batman 1994, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from about the same time, Animaniacs, Freakazoid. Steven Spielberg made some fucking phenomenal
Chippendales.
cartoons. Chippendales Rescue Rangers. Yeah, it's
Fuck
another good
yeah.
one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody wanted to fuck Gadget.
I have that on my tablet.
You have Gadget porn
Yeah.
on your tablet?
No, Chippendale.
Um,
That
How
is
did I
just a
know
different
he was
file.
going to immediately go for the everybody wanted to fuck Gadget?
Because everybody did want to fuck Gadget.
I guess I don't remember. I'm gonna have to look it up.
And that's how the furry fandom started.
Yeah, Rule 34 dot fail.
Furries. Let's not get into furries. That's kind
By
of
the furry world.
What was there was another WB cartoon which was a bunch of dogs that wore like power armor and went out and fought crime.
SWAT Cat.
Was it?
Oh
I don't remember.
no. Shit.
It was a Saturday morning cartoon, right between Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain. I forgot Pinky and the Brain, by the way. That's a fucking fantastic show.
Oh, I know what show you're talking about, but I just can't I can see it, I just can't see the title screen. It's gonna come to me. Just not on this podcast. Yeah.
Road Rovers.
That's it.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, it was called
I knew
Road
it.
Rovers.
Rotor?
There was a female
Yeah.
female character who was a collie, and everybody wanted to fuck her too.
Now you know where Paw Patrol came. Sorry, Paw Patrol came from. Must be the spiritual successor.
So
Except for lamer.
He-Man comes out in the 80s, it was the 1980s cartoon, and years later people look back and they're like, you wonder why there are so many gay people in our generations? Because we watched this. Now I'm looking back at the cartoons I watched as a kid. I'm like, you wonder why there are so many furries in my generations? Because we all watched this.
Oh, right. It's like I got shit given to me because we were watching Zootopia, and I had serious issues with the movie because first of all, bunnies don't stand on two legs. But second of all, why did you have to give bunnies a chest?
Yeah,
Why?
why'd you have to anthropomorphize the female? It's the same thing with Cats that just came out, the movie musical Cats. If you wanted realistic depiction of cats, then all the chicks would have like 6 boobs down their chest and all the rest of that. But no, you want them to look a little fuckable. So you do the human shape with the cat ear head.
And then, of course, there's Rebel Wilson.
That girl's thick. I would roll that girl in dough.
Dummy thick, dude.
Oh boy.
It's a good looking woman.
Yeah, I watched a couple commercials that they're in, and she's got that like weird sense of humor that kind of refreshing.
She does. She has the crazy, awkward sense of humor, but she also seems very thoughtful and not completely full of shit. So she's fun.
Oh, so you mean she's not Melissa McCarthy?
Oh,
I'm sorry. Yes, I just went there. Melissa
Yes.
McCarthy, if you listen to this, I hate you.
we're slipping
Hey.
back into our normal podcast format where between 99 and 100% of the shit that I say is either wrong or a joke. So yeah,
Hey,
we
there's
can
nothing
we
wrong
can
with
go
that.
there. No, that's how I like the format. I like being completely non-serious the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, we did the serious thing. We're done with that. I mean, that's done and over. We can have fun now. I mean, we got.
All right, so Melissa McCarthy can eat a fat sack of dicks.
And there it is. Oh, wait. Penis, penis, penis.
I think you can
Can't-
order those on Amazon too. Fat sack of dicks. I think
I'm
they're
sure.
gummy.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's some company out there that's thought, oh, this is a great present for your friends or for your ex-boss. You know, instead of quitting and going into your boss's office and then waiting for him to walk in so that you can squeeze out a turd onto his desk, you just mail him a fat sack of dicks.
No, that's what glitter bombs are for.
Also good. Yeah, saran wrapping cars, glitter bombs, filling up offices with styrofoam peanuts. All of these things are things that I have done.
Oh, so fun story about saran wrapping cars. We had a substitute teacher in high school that, well, for lack of a better way of putting it, nobody liked him. And he drove a 1970s model Beetle all the time. So, and he always substituted for the shop class. Well, he pissed off the shop class one day by not following the curriculum that the teacher had left, and pissed off the entirety of the shop class, who proceeded to saran wrap his car, then got the school issued forklift and lifted his car onto the roof of the building.
Nice.
We had a teacher that drove a bug and it somehow ended up in the gym.
Dude, it's because you could take those cars apart and put them back together in about 20 minutes.
It's not even
Flat.
that.
That was the MIT gag. That's that they disassembled an entire car and then reassembled it on top of the dome in Cambridge. It was great.
Well, plus they're really light actually. I mean, you get a football team, you get the offensive line of a football team, and they can pick it up and carry it anywhere you want to put it. Like they don't even have to take it apart. Like they just pick it up and carry it. And that's what they did. They just picked it up and moved it into the gym. And yeah, it's pretty funny. Not as funny as putting it on the roof. That would have been fucking hilarious. Because you come out
If you
from
ever-
school, where's my car?
Yeah.
How
If
the
you ever
fuck am I gonna get that down?
want to mess
Needless
with
to
anybody,
say, they were going to punish the seniors for that, but senior year, who gives?
Yeah,
pretty much,
nobody
yeah.
cares.
I was gonna say, you ever want to have some harmless fun and you've got somebody that you want to pull a prank on and their car happens to have a sunroof. If you can figure out how to get that sunroof open, there are tutorials online. I won't get into that. You can go to any UPS customer center. UPS is notorious for having an overstock of packing materials. So you can go to a UPS customer center and you can buy yourself a truck full of styrofoam packing peanuts for pretty cheap. Maybe you're looking at like enough to fill an entire car for between $50 and $100. So just pop that sunroof open, dump those styrofoam peanuts in, and that's a good time. Fucking impossible to get those things out though.
Okay, before we get in trouble for people doing random irresponsible criminal acts, we should probably wrap this up. So
That's fine.
You know, we're responsible adults. We've never actually done any of these things in real life.
Gunslingers does not endorse any of the actions that we have spoke about. Disclaimer.
However, if
The
you
views
do
of
any
Dr.
of it, please talk to Gabi.
Views of DrNiggle and Gobi do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Gunslinger Gaming or its staff or affiliates.
Yes, that is true. Our opinions are our own, and probably best that way. But all right, I want to thank you all for joining me. Sorry for being sort of somber tonight, but it had to be done. So thanks for that, guys. And thanks for stepping in and helping out. And we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Later.
It is.
Say it.